Right now on Denver 7 News, the search for a shooter or shooters in Centennial after police say someone fired bullets at multiple homes.
Vertical farms that grow foods using less space and water are expanding across the country. We're looking at what it will take for vertical farms to go mainstream. And we're taking you inside the first of its kind drone soccer league, how it's putting high school students of all backgrounds on track for high-paying aerospace careers.
Plus, poacher problems in Douglas County. Hear from one landowner who says illegal hunting has her worried for her safety. Thanks so much for joining us for Denver 7 News at 4. I'm Jason Grenauer. A 7-year-old boy narrowly avoids being shot after someone fired several rounds into multiple homes in Centennial. Now, residents reported hearing 10 shots and then a car taking off on Flanders Street Sunday night. This is according to the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. And this is just how close one of those bullets came. The dad of a 7-year-old boy shared this photo of a computer chair that his son was sitting in playing video games and where the shot grazed across the arm of that desk chair.
Fear, sadness, we couldn't believe it. Physical pain, it was so scary to realize exactly how close it had come.
Now, the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office is still looking for the shooter or shooters. They're asking for anyone with home surveillance or doorbell camera video from Sunday night from the people in the area. The Weld County Sheriff's Office has arrested a man in connection to the death of one of their deputies. Norberto Garcia Gonzalez was taken into custody around 10:15 last night in Fort Collins. Investigators believe he was drunk when he allegedly hit and killed Deputy Alexis Hine-Newts. The Sheriff's Office is collecting donations to help Hine-Newts' family with funeral costs. We have more details on how you can help on our website. That's denver7.com. The suspect accused of killing an Arvada police officer was in court this morning. Sonny Almanza faces 11 charges in the September 11th shooting that killed Officer Dylan Vakoff and left another woman injured as well. Those charges include first-degree murder of a peace officer and attempted murder. Last night during Arvada's city council meeting, Mayor Mark Williams took a moment to honor and remember Officer Vakoff.
Particularly hard for us in Arvada because it was the second line of duty police officer death in 15 months. This reopened wounds for our police department, for our city team, for each of us on city council, and our entire community.
Now, Almanza is currently being held at the Jefferson County Jail without bail. Residents living in a Denver apartment complex are concerned about the state of their homes after 4 floods in the last 2 years. The most recent flood at the Thomas Bean Towers happened last Thursday. Renters say all of them are due to issues with the pipes. Now, some units and hallways are filled with fans, still trying to dry out the floors. The building is operated by the Denver Housing Authority, which provides affordable housing to thousands of people. We spoke with a woman who is a caregiver for a resident who's living at the towers. She believes the building is not managed properly.
I want to see the residents that are affected and displaced the most put somewhere safe. They shouldn't have to live in these conditions.
The Denver Housing Authority says they responded immediately to the flood on Thursday. They say the building was built in the 70s and will receive a $10 million remodel next year. A property owner in Douglas County says elk poachers are becoming more dangerous as hunting season continues. Deanna Meyer and her family live on a large property in Sedalia, south of Roxborough State Park. It's also home to a herd of elk, and despite all of the no trespassing signs, Deanna says a hunter went onto her property last week and illegally killed an elk. Another hunter recently shot an elk outside the property line but didn't kill it. Deanna says these hunters are ignoring the law and putting her family in danger.
It's really upsetting when we see people breaking and violating the law and also impacting the ability of this herd to feel like this is a safe place for them to be and to be able to be, reproducing and breeding and having a safe place to go.
Deanna reported both cases to CPW, but the agency told her there's not much they can do unless the person is caught in the act or there's surveillance video.
You're looking at the damage Hurricane Fiona left behind in the Dominican Republic. Strong winds tore through the country yesterday, knocking over trees and destroying structures. In Puerto Rico, flooding already covers many parts of the island, and the National Weather Service warns Fiona could bring more rain and mudslides. FEMA is expected to start assessing damage there today. As Fiona causes more damage, some families are still working to recover from Hurricane Maria. Today marks 5 years since the storm touched down in Puerto Rico, causing the deadliest U.S. natural disaster in 100 years. The government has only completed 20% of Maria-related projects. In addition to that, more than 3,600 homes are still using blue tarps as they wait for roof repairs. Numbers from the USDA are now showing free school meals and other pandemic relief for families may have improved food access for kids. Last year, food insecurity rates went down about 2% from 2020, but for other populations, it got worse.
Those protections didn't extend to households with older adults. So many of them were struggling with fixed incomes, higher healthcare utilization.
Food insecurity for older adults living alone grew from 8 to 9%. During the pandemic, SNAP benefits were expanded for this group, but numbers from the Food Research Action Center, also known as FRAC, show less than half of those eligible were enrolled.
There's sometimes misinformation. So people may think that if I receive SNAP, then that lovely family down the street with children's not going to be able to receive SNAP. But SNAP is an entitlement program, so one of the beauties of it is anyone who's eligible can participate.
For those who did enroll, she says the benefits were clear. FRAC tracked numbers through Medicaid and saw overall improvements in health with fewer ER visits. The group is calling on lawmakers to keep the temporary expansion on SNAP and improve outreach. In the meantime, FRAC is partnering with AARP to train healthcare providers on how to screen for food insecurity in older adults. There's more information on that at frac.learnercommunity.com. With another interest rate hike expected tomorrow, we're getting perspective on how what happened with inflation back in the 70s and 80s is impacting today's decisions, as well as just how high rates could go.
Plus, the Avs are making sure Nate McKinnon stays in Denver. Hear about his new $100 million contract in just a little bit.